this law that you're speaking of, is this double opt-in written into the law, or is it just
No,
opt-in?
no,
period, or what?
opt-in period, yeah. It's opt-in period, but double opt-in is a further safeguard. Just makes, it makes, it does
So
two.
let's say you wanted to solicit the businesses of Sedona, and you had the email addresses of 400 businesses in Sedona.
Right,
And, you know, people do have their spam filters on and stuff, so if they get an unsolicited email, some of them, sometimes you'll end up in their spam folder, but if it breaks through and goes into, that would be always considered spam, right? If they didn't ask for it, you just had the email address.
well, where did the list come from? That's the critical question there. Where does the list come from?
Well,
If it's a decent quality list, they
It
opt
came from
in.
the membership directly of the chamber, let's say.
That's an opt-in list.
Well,
Well,
They didn't opt in for his.
they didn't out.
okay,
my
well, that's why
email-
the chamber doesn't run its list.
No, but
They publish it.
you can still harvest it if you know how.
Well, that's spam, yeah, that is spam.
But it seems like it's done all the time. And I don't mean spam to 10 million people or 100,000 or whatever, but spamming to 500 or spamming to 50 or whatever. It
Well,
seems to me that is
All that spam
normal
means is
business.
that the email is unsolicited, essentially. Of course, there are varying degrees of spam. I mean, you can have a fairly warm audience, like the chamber, that may be fairly receptive to receiving a message from another Sedona chamber member. And you can put that in your subject line, say, a message from your fellow chamber member about blah, blah, blah. You know, to increase the
likelihood that it gets
I mean, 'cause that's part of your message, the increase the level of
But
confidence.
I don't do this much, but I have on a few occasions sent out emails to several hundred Sedona businesses at one time. And you always feel queasy doing it because you think it is spam, but then again, you don't know of another method to use other than maybe buying a stamp and sending them something in the mail.
It seems like a good test would be if someone says, please don't do that anymore.
Well, yeah,
you just
what I
don't.
normally do is I build into the email, if you do not want to receive this message,
Oh.
click here, and I at least give them the chance to opt out.
Well,
Not opt in.
That sounds like you're spamming, because if I send you an email, dear Al, you know, I saw your ad, I'm interested in doing business with you, that's spam, that might be spam too, because that's unsolicited, okay? But if you give me an opt-out that says, basically, I've done this willy-nilly, so I don't think, I know they can't spam back, but, you know, it's totally ignored. Unless you're sending out more than 10 or 20 million spams, nobody particularly cares. And I think that if you deal locally with people that you know, it's like sending your cousin an email. You know, they didn't ask for your email, you know, they didn't opt in.
A lot of this is common sense.
Yeah.
You know, it's really, I wouldn't, I mean, technically what you described as spam, but it's not
Like, for
offensive.
example,
You know,
I was
it's,
working on a
it's-
business project that involves Scottsdale businesses, and I found a way to harvest all of the members of the Scottsdale CBG, you know, at one time. And so I had hundreds and hundreds of email addresses of all the businesses that were a member of the convention bureau down there. And I thought, be a good target. Theoretically, that would be spam to send anything to that group. I
it
never
is.
did, but my sense is that people do that all the time. So what's legal and what's illegal, and where are the cops?
Well, first of all, the cops are all over the place, but they're not centrally unified in any way, like the FBI or anything like that. And if you're a small spammer, the chances of you being caught by any kind of legal authority are very slim. On the other hand, if you send out a lot of bulk email that's unsolicited through your ISP,
Sure.
they will shut you down. There's a good chance that they will do that as part of them not wanting to fall afoul of the CAN spam laws. So I mean, so it may be legal, but is it ethical? I mean, I guess a lot of it is common sense and conscience-related issues about spam.
One of the things about constant contact and vertical response and all those, if you import a list to them, they're gonna ask, did these people opt in?
Correct.
Because otherwise, and then you're gonna lie to them and say, yes, they did, otherwise they won't send the email. So that is the check and balance that they use as well.
Well, no, I mean, a new record. If you put 150 new records into vertical response, for example, the first mailing that goes to people was going to ask them, do you want to receive this email?
Right.
So that is opt-in at that point.
No, but they already spammed them. before they even take it, they're gonna ask you, many of the services, whether these are opt-in.
Right, that's a
These
weak link,
are- Yeah,
yeah, but it's the best we got.
I understand.